Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Um, I got to hurry up with this because we about to get hit with we got severe thunderstorm warning in effect until like 11 o'clock, and it's like 10:30, and the wind's picking up. But you know what? No matter what, I got to take care of my business. I got to do it. Look. The wind is literally blowing the flame flat. So hopefully the trees don't blow down on me. But I'm gonna take care of my business. All right. So in life, things don't always work out the way you want them to. They don't. Sometimes you'll have people that end up coming after you, trying to take what you have. And instead of getting mad about it, what you got to do is you got to go ahead and say, screw that. I'm going to take the challenge on. I'm going to take the bull by the horns. I'm going to take the thing that they're trying to do against me. I'm going to work that much harder. I'm going to make sure I'm better than them to do that. That's what you do. That's what winners do. There's nothing worse than somebody that's like that, little whiny bitch, that's so woe is me. I can't believe somebody's doing this, that, and the other to me. The real people, the real tough ones, just say, hey, I see what you're doing, and I'm going to go ahead and I challenge accepted. And so I sit here and I look at my quarterback, and I'm thinking, I was going to prepare more for this video, but then I knew about this storm coming through, and I wanted to get it in before the storm came. But thinking about my quarterback, one, Dak Prescott, just felt the first drop. My quarterback, Dak Prescott, and seeing him at training camp, has Dak Prescott already won the comeback player of the year? Think about it. How many games did Alex Smith play last year? 5 games? They literally didn't want him to play. They didn't. They literally tried to do everything they could to discourage him from actually being there. When he was able to play, and believe it or this is where it's crazy that they literally took part of the calf from one leg and put it into the other. That's how bad his leg was. And it wasn't so much that it was the initial break, that spiral fracture. And a spiral fracture is literally the bone just kind of shreds up. There were so many different fragments in there that they put back together. That wasn't the problem. The problem was he got that infection that literally ended up being surgery after surgery after surgery for them to scrape out that infection without destroying. Mike's helping my brother out because he's getting my tools. You got all the tools? Okay, cool. My tools are on the deck from where I was working on the deck, and it's like, you don't want expensive cordless tools left out in the rain. You just don't. But that infection that he got in there, and I had in this knee myself, I understand what that's like. I had a Streptococcus A infection in this knee that ended up being, they tried to scope it the first time, then they cut it open. They scraped out the infection as much as they could, and they didn't sew it up then. They impacted it, which means they left the wound open. They cauterized it so it wouldn't bleed, but filled it with cotton. Waited 3 days and went back to debride it some more. I spent about 6 months going through and literally learning how to walk and doing rehab to get this together, because it wasn't so much the surgery as it was the old school surgery where they literally cut from above the kneecap all the way down, and then they pulled the patella tendon out of the way to get to the infection that was inside of it. So I understand what he went through to a little bit. I only had 3 surgeries. He had like 17, 18, something like that. It wasn't that he had an incredible season. It was the fact that he even made it back out on the field. Hence Dak Prescott, quarterback who literally had his ankle broken. Now, he didn't have the infections and the several years off like Alex Smith did. But for him, if he makes it out on the field less than a year from that traumatic injury, I don't know who else out there could possibly win it over Dak Prescott. To have that injury become the second highest paid guaranteed contract in the history. Ooh. Did a cicada fly in while I was talking? There's one in there that's roasting right now. Damn cicadas are everywhere. At least they don't stink. Some bugs, when they burn, they smell like ass. This one, kind of like Kyler Murray said the Cowboys are ass. But back to Dak Prescott. I don't know anybody who's had as traumatic an injury as Dak Prescott did last year. It's possible, and I just missed it. But I don't think that there is. And for him to go through, get the second highest contract, and step on the field after that, if he has any kind of season whatsoever. I mean, if the Cowboys were to make the playoffs, I don't know how else he could not be comeback player of the year. Am I crazy? Am I just a Dak Prescott, lover, and I believe that everything is perfect? Maybe, I don't know. But if you don't think that he's deserving of it, please tell me who would be going into that. And this brings up another question. And I know this is where the hate is really going to come in. Let's say that Dan Quinn comes in and the defense is better. Let's say they're 15th. That's not a stretch because Washington went from 23rd to 4th. Cowboys going from 29th to 15. Damn. Shit's just blowing like crazy. It's not really that big. I mean, that's kind of the same kind of growth. Maybe Micah Parsons plays that much better than Jalen Smith. Maybe Quentin Bohannon plays that much better than Dontari Poe. Maybe OC is that much better than Tyrone Crawford. Maybe Randy Gregory is that much better than Emerson Griffin or Aldon Smith. And those things happen along with a better defensive mind. You could have that kind of turnaround. Let's say that happens. Let's say our offense stays healthy and our offensive line is in good shape. Let's say Zeke Elliott has a rebound year. And let's say the Dallas Cowboys win the NFC East. Is it conceivable that Dak Prescott could win Comeback Player of the Year and Offensive Player of the Year in the same year? I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think that's ever happened. But from the standpoint of understanding that you need the numbers on offense, but you need the success on the team as well. We need the defense to play well, and we need to have victories, and of course we need him to play lights out. But with the pieces that we have, if we are to believe that the Dallas Cowboys have some of the best offensive weapons, if we believe that he's a top 5 quarterback, and we believe that Zeke Elliott is at least 7th as far as running backs, and if we believe that the offensive line will be a lot better than 28th that they were last year, getting Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, and Tyler Badish having a much better season, it's conceivable. If Dak can put up the numbers that he put up last year along with more wins, how could it not be? It would be crazy to think about. But you know what? I tell you what it'll bring. It'll definitely bring out the trolls. The people are going to say, you're an idiot, and that's why Cowboy fans are always joked on because of you. Mark Holmes, it's your fault. And in the meantime, I'm seeing lightning flashes in the sky up in here. And I think I'm going to carry my ass inside. I'll see you guys first thing in the morning, God willing. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.